What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fishing Hex. I appreciate you stopping in for another video. Today we're actually going to get into the main reef tank and trim up some of these main colonies. Now, if you guys know from before, I think it's like 2 or 3 videos ago, I actually talked about making money in the reef tank and how I do that. Now, one of the ways I do it is I go ahead and trim up the coral colonies. So if you don't know that video, if you haven't seen it yet, you can check that out. I think it's like 3 or 4 before this one. Anyways, what we got to do now is trim up the center colony here because the green bird's nest is starting to touch some of the acros and the ceratosa there, and as a result, it's starting to, they're starting to fight chemical warfare and kill each other off, and I don't want that. Now, for the making the money portion of it, I'm actually going to a frag swap this weekend. I'm going to be bringing a bunch of coral with me down at that fish place here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So if any of you all live in Pennsylvania and you want to come buy coral for me, that'd be a good time to do it. I believe it's Saturday, so I'll be over there taking care of business as always. Anyways, guys, so let's get into the video. We're going to start with the main colony. We're going to take off some green bird's nest, then we're going to get into the Monty caps. I'm just going to basically show you how I take it off, then I'm going to show you how I frag them, and we're good to go. If you guys don't know Milo here, come here. You guys don't know him yet. Alright, he's my little chow. I've had him for like 8 years. Say hi. Turn around and say hi. He loves fish tanks. He gets yelled at because we come out here and his paws are up on the glass. But he loves fish tanks, don't you? And you love shitting all over the place. Okay, guys, what we're looking at here is the center green bird's nest. We're looking at the lower left-hand side. A couple days ago, I already took off a couple pieces to just prevent them from touching the acros, but I feel like we should trim some more. Now, sorry the tank is so cloudy. The SIRS mode's actually just kicked in about 2 seconds ago, and it's really starting to stir up some stuff. So we're just going to keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and try to break off what I can by hand. First off, we got this little specimen container. We're going to fill up with some tank water. Set that on the little center cross beam there. We're going to get in the tank. We're just going to break off some pieces. So we're going to look at, this seems like a pretty good piece here. Man, that stuff is strong. Alright. Keep forgetting how strong that is. Just kind of pick off some. Alright. Underneath here, it's a little bit harder with the fingers, but then again it's easier because I don't have to get in there with the snips and take a risk of dropping coral behind the tank. I think that's pretty good on this section here. Got one more piece back here I want to get. Alright, now right here we have the ceratosa. Now I'm just going to snip off some of that because it's actually starting to touch. Right. It grows so quickly that this really doesn't impact it at all. We'll get this last piece here. Alright, so let's move on to another section and get some more. Okay, so we're focused here on the left colony. I'm going to go ahead and pull off some pink bird's nest along with more of that ceratosa there, just because it's starting to grow into the pink bird's nest. And as a result, it is also getting killed. So we're just going to pop off some of that. Throw it in our specimen container. I'm trying to think. This is a good piece of bird's nest. Very strong piece of bird's nest. Damn. I guess we could go ahead and take this chunk off. Alright. Okay, guys, finally we're going to go ahead and pull off some of this red Monty cap and green Monty cap, and then that's going to be it for today, and we'll get into fragging. So we're going to grab this piece here, put it in our cup, this green here, it's a good piece. See what else we got here. We'll take this last piece of green. As I mentioned in that video previously, is that I like to use this colony specifically for just fragging the Monty for the extra cash. So, alright guys, let's get into our little fish room / closet and frag these up. Okay guys, we're back here in the fish room. It's been a little while since we've done a video in here. Anyways, I have my frag plugs laid out already. Now, if you look here, I went ahead and put a little hole in it. And I'm going to show you guys how I do that. Now I do that because it helps keep the frag upright. I'm going to show you how I do that real quick. I usually just take a blade. You can do whatever you want on that. whatever way you want. And you know, don't cut yourself, obviously. Get it started here. All right. So that's a pretty good job so far. Then if you want, you can go farther in it. Just narrows the hole down a little bit. Let's get into doing our first frag. We have our green bird's nest here that I'm going to pull out. All right, do a little test fit. Looks like it's going to be good to go. So what we're going to do is go ahead and add a drop of super glue, gel super glue. I get this from Home Depot. Fill the hole there. I'm going to put our green bird's nest in there. Hold it for a second. Now, you guys notice I have a tub of water here. This is also water from the reef tank. Let's go ahead and dip that a little bit. Helps seal the glue up. Now just let them sit there for a second. Let's go ahead and do our next one. All right, a little bit of glue. Let's see what we have here. Trying to find a piece that's going to fit. I have to make the hole big enough. All right. Again, dip it. Let's sit. Let's go ahead and do a piece of Monty cap. Do some of this green here. Go ahead and just put a couple drops of glue. Now obviously you don't need to drill the hole for the Monty. Just set that on there. And dip that. Give it a second. It's a little top heavy. Be good to go. A lot of people use that instant super glue, like sealant, I guess it is. It kind of instantly makes the super glue harden. I've used it a couple times. I just don't feel like buying it. So there's your answer on that one. If you're wondering why I'm, you know, going the hard route essentially, and you know, doing it the old school way. Monty's on there. Sliming a little bit, a little mad at me. Very small piece of Monty left. Alright, so I'm going to finish up these frags and then we're going to get them into the system. Alright guys, so I just did 11 frags real quick. I'm going to go ahead and get them in the system. I don't want them out in the air too long. Let's go ahead and do that. Bird's nest here. The power head is still on surge mode. Just shooting my hand across the tank. There we go. Note to self, turn that off before doing any videos. It makes it virtually impossible. So move my hand around here. So we got some red Monty. Gonna line those up. I mean, they're not huge frags, but you know, they're not going to be that expensive. You're looking at maybe $5–10 for that. So that It's definitely a good starter piece for anybody looking to start Montepora. Hey guys, here's a quick look at the 20 or so frags that we did today. They were pretty quick, easy, not bad for about 10 minutes worth of work. Anyways guys, I'm going to be, like I said, at that frag swap. This is just some of the stuff I'm going to be taking. I'm going to do more, just kind of running out of real estate inside this tank. I'm going to have to get some more frag racks or something to hold all these frags. I'm definitely out of room. Anyways guys, I appreciate you watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you. Peace.